And so here we are working, and once again, rain.
He likes the rain when we get.
Once we start getting production.
Yeah. Day 2 of rudder build, and it's raining again and again. Okay, so here I am showing you my phone with a little radar of basically what I've had to deal with for the last week and a half. Just lots of rain. Now, I'm jumping to this part. This is me with the grinder doing the kind of the final shaping of it. Just another rough shaping, cleaning things up, getting it ready for glass work, getting it ready for just more, just getting a little better. Okay, so I don't know if my last little commentary worked, but what I've basically done here is I've done one more once over with this heavy grinder, and I don't know if I still have this in the clips, but I'd done it with a 40 grit on my DA earlier in the week. I tried to record it, but I don't know if I did. Just to get some of this overall shape knocked down where I want it to. There were still a couple little high spots, but I just got those sanded out. What I did know by going through the rules, I needed to thin this shape here up. It was a little too wide here, so I need to take off ½ an inch of it, which works out great because now I want ¼ of an inch of glass on that back edge, so I'm on there. I got that taken care of. So with that, we are now ready to put this on the glass table and do some fiberglass. I'll show you that in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is working. All right, so what I plan on doing here, people, is there's some glass here on both sides. So I'll flip this, put it here. I've got plenty of glass for this, so we're going to cheap shop scissors. Now, this is cloth, a heavy cloth, woven. It's a little bigger, stronger. It's just for high load, high strength areas, which the top of the rudder is. So now I'm going to do another piece. So the first step is to cut out your glass. Know what you're playing with. Okay, so I got 2 layers, one for each side. Then I'm going to use some of this mesh, which I'm going to use for this trailing edge. And this just to give us some strength. This is just some cloth, just a little beefier area here. I'm going to do one strip up here. Wrap. And then we will have this. Which I have tons of from an old project. It was pre-cut for something else, but it works great for what I'm doing here. All right, so I think this will be what we have here. So, we're going to have top piece, a top piece, a head, a middle, a bottom. Then we're going to have the trailing edge, a leading edge, and one head piece. The rest of that stuff goes to the other side. But here's what we got. All right. Now, let's see if I can get all my tools together. Starting with coffee. That's the first one. Okay, so now that I think I have all the glass cut out, and I don't know how long this video works or how long it lasts, but here we go. We've got a bubble roller, which we'll use towards the end to get the bubbles out of the glass. I'll demonstrate that a little better. This is just a cheap throwaway roller I use for rolling my glass. It speeds up the process. I always try to have a brush around just to make sure, you know, in case I need to add extra resin somewhere. Just good to have. This, I like to have a poker. You don't really need it, just sort of an in case, just in case kind of thing. Stir stick for obvious reasons. Now, I got all my glass cut out, got a nice big container. What I'm going to do is use epoxy. And what I'm probably going to do is put, I don't know, 20 pumps, 15 pumps, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I think it's 4-to-1 ratio. We're going to find out. Stir it up. Now, one of the things with this resin, I'm using the Seahawk brand epoxy. Kind of like West Systems, but about the same. Fast cure. I don't want to be here for a day waiting on it. So get it good and mixed up here. Cleaned off. It doesn't matter if you have resin to smear everywhere, because stuff goes everywhere. So with that, now we have the fun part. So just a little wetting out of the wood, trying to get a little resin around. Okay, so here we are. Rudder's done. I got one good coat of glass on here, 2 in the high load areas. So far, it's a good start. Now I will put more glass over the top as we get a little further along, but for right now, I'm going to take this, get the grinder, trim it up, get ready for the next coat. But before I do the next layer on this side, I'm going to do a layer on the other side. So that's where we're at, and with that, let me get to cutting some glass. Alright, so here I am breaking out the bubble roller. You know, all my video I've kind of messed it all up. Haven't gotten any bubble roller shots, but here we are. I'm basically trying to push from the middle outwards, and just the more you roll over it, you can see the air bubbles disappear in your glass. So as you can tell, that's what I'm working on now. Just trying to play around, get rid of the air bubbles. I'm adding more resin in spots that seem to be dry or just seem to have a lot of air. Resin isn't the best filler, but it does work. All right, everybody, so here we go. Here's the result from the second side. I don't know if my camera caught this one. Basically, I've got 3 layers here. I got the woven, I got 2 layers of matte. This is the cloth on the trailing edge, cloth on the front edge, and 1 layer of matte. That was about all the resin I had room for. Makes you a little uneven, but I plan on putting more glass on here anyway, so I'll do 2 more layers, or 1 big layer of matte on this part. I'll trim this edge, and once I find my other grinder that has a cutting wheel, it'll make the job a whole lot easier. I got a couple air bubbles down here, but this is where it's really pitted. Really not a whole lot I can do about it. I tried flooding it with glass. I tried flooding it with more resin and a bubble roller. It just didn't really get a whole lot better. But there you go. This is stage 2. This underside here has been glassed. So I've already glassed the bottom, which I think I caught on video. We will see. So this is the second side. So now the whole thing's at least wrapped in glass. I'll let it cure overnight. So let's see if I can get the camera right. I'm going to let it cure overnight, and I'll cut my hair tomorrow, try to wrap it, or try to sand it, cut it, finish up another layer of glass on both sides, and then from there, see what little issues there are. I know I have the front and trailing edge up near the head. I got to cut some strips out and stick on that. I'll do that after I'm done glassing the rest of it, and that's sort of like your finishing touches. From there, it's getting close. So once again, I guess this is part 2. We'll see how it turns out. As you can tell, I'm hot, I'm sweaty. I've been eaten alive by mosquitoes all day, and I'm basically covered in fiberglass, and I'm done. So I need to put a little glass right here, and right here, and then grind it, fill it, ferret. And she's getting there. See what I've got here. Beautiful. Almost like I knew this was coming. That's good. I need some strips for this trailing edge. Okay, so here I am. I've got it, sped up a little bit, but this is the final layer of glass on the, I don't know if it's the second side, first side, I'm not exactly sure anymore. But I'm laying the last little bit of glass on it. I'm working on the leading and trailing edges of the rudder head that were just raw, because it's about a 3/4 of an inch thick strip. So I'm laying glass on that. As you can see here, I'm mixing up resin, it's a standard thing. Coating it with resin, just wetting everything out, laying up the glass to cover the last little bit. So there's basically 3 layers of glass on everything. So this is the final coat, so everything now has 3 layers of glass on both sides. I'm once again here, I don't know what to tell you. Wetting it out, laying it out, doing it with a brush because it's just such a small amount this run. So there you go. Wetting it out, doing my thing. Redneck Glassworks. And in a minute you're going to see me do something else. But here I am right now, just putting the little strips on the trailing edge. I've already done most of the leading edge. There's a little bit more I need to put on there, but this is the trailing edge. And I've done so many videos and so many little takes of it all. I'm not sure exactly where I'm at in this clip, but as you can see, I'm just laying little bits of glass on the areas I didn't catch in the first 4 times I went over everything. Right here, I'm just sort of coating everything with resin, filling in any small air pockets, any small things that I need to sand out later, because this whole thing's going to get sanded down again. But here it is, man. It's coming together nicely. It's got plenty of glass. It should be good. Once again, more little strips on the head just to make it easy to sand to, something that I can put a nice sharp edge on it. I'm breaking out the bubble roller, just knocking out the air bubbles on this. Okay, thanks for making it with me this far. Now, these clips that you've seen on this video, they've been compiled over roughly the last week and a half. It's been a week and a half mainly because of weather, life issues. I've got kids I'm raising and taking them to and from school, getting them squared away at school, all that fun stuff. So it's taken me a little while to get to this point, but the rudder, while not completely perfect, it will be by the time it's done. The layup of the glass, is not the best. Everything about this project, once again, it's Redneck Boat Works. I'm doing what I can. The rudder's going to be fine. It's going to be fast. It's going to be strong. It's going to be completely legal. So just with that, I know some of you fiberglass guys might not really like what I'm doing or how I'm doing it or the approach I'm doing it, but this is quick. It's easy. It's not overly expensive, which compared to a $400 to $500, $600 rudder, so far the budget is still well within the budget. This rudder is going to be fine by the time it's going through the water, by the time it's on the boat. It's going to be in perfect shape. It's going to be strong. It's going to be stiff. It's going to be a good rudder. Like I say, some of you might not be happy with how I glassed everything, but guess what? I'm doing it in my backyard. We'll see what happens. So with that, over, out, and bye-bye.